A white comedian and Asian streamer spent a chunk of time on their podcast obsessing over saying the N-word.
Quick question. Now, you've been saying the N-word?
I think if it's a certain time at night, they should have an hour or something where you can say it.
Like can say it. Nah, it should be one day everybody can say it.
Which really speaks to the obsession that we see on the black community.
I'm gonna be spamming, yo, what's up? Feel me? I'm gonna be spamming that shit like that.
Bro, because there were no black people in the room. They weren't discussing a black topic or an incident involving black people. But they proceeded to have this very deep, nuanced conversation about how they're cool with racism.
I don't mind a little racism.
Me too.
Yeah.
We're not saying,
bro. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
this weird, deep urge that they have to want to say the N-word.
Now, you've been saying the N-word?
I mean, I've thought it pretty loud a couple times.
Again, this is a white man and an Asian that barely speaks English. And the most egregious part is Ray owes his fame, notoriety, and wealth that he now has to the black community, but has proved time and time again that he completely lacks respect for us.
You're a monkey. You're a black monkey.
But I'm Jew, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
That would be fire.
Yeah.
Quick question. Are you from Nashville?
I'm from Louisiana.
Oh, so you're racist?
Am I racist? I wouldn't say that.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
I would say.
It ain't that hard to answer whether you're racist or not. Are you racist? No, I'm not racist. Why'd you ask that? All the stuttering, mumbling, and deep thought makes anything he says after that suspect. If you're not racist, it's very easy to say, no, I'm not racist. I've never been.
I would say, I don't mind a little racism.
Me too.
Yeah.
We're not saying,
bro. It's beautiful. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, I'm glad we finally get to meet up.
I can't even call this dude an Uncle Ruckus because he's an Asian, but whatever variation of that in the Asian community, that's what Ray is. As an Asian, as a person of color, you're sitting there laughing with the white guy saying he doesn't mind a little racism. I guess in the context of Ray's thoughts, it's okay as long as the racism isn't against me, but that's just some clown shit. Racism should not be laughed at or supported. Keep in mind, Theo Von is one of these comedians and influencers that also supported Donald Trump.
I can only imagine because it's probably more readily available.
More readily, well, and it's social, and you're sitting and everyone's drinking and all.
Yeah, rarely do you go to a dinner and everybody's eating like, Xanaxes or something, for appetizers.
Who then tried to walk back his support just like Andrew Schultz did when things hit a little too close to home for him.
You got deported, dude. Bye.
Von posted on social media that he didn't approve of DHS posting the video seemingly without his permission.
My father immigrated here from Nicaragua, right? Like one of my prized possessions is I have his immigration papers when he came here. And I have them in a frame, and him and his siblings when they came here. And so I have tons of thoughts about it, but this was just fucked up, right? It was fucked up.
So he doesn't mind a little racism as long as it doesn't affect his family or father who's from Nicaragua.
Bro,
meet up, brother.
Quick question. Now, you've been saying the N-word?
No. I mean, I've thought it pretty loud a couple times, but I don't say it.
Like, we don't gotta lie. We don't gotta lie right now. Like, you definitely said it before, right?
I have. I don't think I've said, I don't remember. I'll tell you this. I've never, maybe if I was like at the dentist office when they give you that stuff,
What stuff?
You know at the dentist office when they give you the, for your molars or whatever? Novocaine.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, sometimes you say stuff or whatever.
The thing about Ray that really pisses me off is he owes everything, his success, everything he is today to the black community who supported him because they supported Kai. He dresses like a black person. He tries to act like, dance like, and talk like a black person, even with his broken ass English. And for everything that Kai Cenat, that AMP as a whole has done for him, to support him, to put them in front of their audience so he blows up and has an audience of his own. Just the utter lack of respect that he has for the black community is really astonishing to me. I think if any black person would have gone to Asia and linked up with the biggest streamer in Asia and they made that person's streaming career, there would be gratefulness and utter respect for that culture where one of us would try our hardest not to offend somebody that's doing the most for us. But he lacks that acknowledgement, respect, or gratefulness, which then allows him, an Asian, to go on a podcast with the white guy and broach the conversation of the N-word like that's any of his business. The N-word shouldn't concern him at all. Before dumbass people jump in my comments saying he's around AMP and they say the N-word all the time, I talked about Kai and AJ in a video yesterday about their lack of respect for black American culture, which they benefit off of, but then try to downplay. So maybe his lack of respect for black Americans and black American culture comes from their lack of respect for it. But again, just a person being a complete guest in the culture, a fucking guest in this country, you would think there would be some type of understanding of what's offensive to the community that supports you and not offending them. But it's just not there with this dude Ray. okay. And that's why black people need to stop inviting people to the cookout. Stop that shit. Let these people have their own cookouts. Support black people that support the black community.
But no, I don't say it, man. There was a time
Like you want to say it, like, but like you just control it.
I don't think it's worth saying.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep it about you. I say it one time.
You say it one time?
Yeah, I say it one time. I'm stream.
He's lying. He said the N-word a bunch of times, intentional and disrespectful. On top of that, this is the same dude that makes monkey noises to black people.
You're a monkey. You're a black monkey. See the streamer, this is the hard part, bro. It's so hard to say the N-word, bro.
And again, before people jump in my comments, I don't condone that either, but to respond to it with heightening up the racism is crazy.
On
Like
stream?
I was singing a song, I got whole, you know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah. I sing that song and
He's talking specifically about this clip. And even then, that goes back to somebody like Castanet, who doesn't respect the black community.
My mods, who are not cultured at all, stop dick riding. I don't want to hear, like, when I'm asking general questions, I'm not asking y'all niggas. Stop dick riding. Y'all niggas is black. You're black. You're just fully American. You're African American, bro. That's it. That was strictly, you're black. You're not Trinidadian. You're not Jamaican. You're not African. You're not.
Who doesn't understand what the black community has been through or what that word really means because it didn't affect his people because he's Caribbean. So even if Castanet is a black person, as a black Caribbean says it, him giving the okay or the pass for the Asian person to say it on stream, and that person gets more and more popular, that means the people that watch them, that Asian community or whoever Ray's audience is, then feels justified to say it because Ray says it. It's a bad precedent to set, and no black person that actually understands their identity, that actually knows their lineage, what their people have been through, to just be black in this country would ever okay that.
I sing that song and it was on stream. I just said the hard R. I'm not even saying the N-word, I said the hard R by accident.
I think if you're singing, what time was it? Was it past 8 p.m.?
Yeah, it was past 8 p.m. It was in Japan though. It wasn't here. It was in Japan, so.
I think if it's a certain time at night, they should have an hour or something where you can sing it.
I can say it. Nah, it should be one day everybody can say it.
Are white people gremlins? What do you mean a certain time at night that they can say it? Like, what the fuck does that mean? What time of day or night does it matter? Don't say the N-word. It doesn't apply to you. It shouldn't be in your vocabulary. How is it that hard? Black people genuinely do not know what's going on in other communities. We don't know what white people call themselves. We don't know what Asians call themselves. We don't know what they talk about, what their current events are like. Other people and cultures is just not something that's discussed generally in the black community when we're all kicking it with each other. I was just with my homies a couple weeks ago. We were watching the fight. It was the Shakur Stevenson fight. We talked about a bunch of things: sports, quarterback, family, work, all that type of stuff. And we did not talk about a white person or anything they got going on once, for one exception. Somehow we got on the conversation of comedians and kind of listed our top comedians, and we all agreed that Jim Carrey is an all-time great. Like, we all love Jim Carrey, whether it's The Mask, Ace Ventura, Cable Guy, me, myself, and Irene, whatever it is. Jim Carrey is funny as fuck and always has been. That's the only white person we discussed in a 3-hour conversation. But for whatever reason, these other non-black people obsess over black people, and I don't know why. It's literally like we live in their heads rent-free 24/7, 365.
Black epiphany of adulthood is realizing that we were like genuinely chosen all along. I don't know why everybody's so fucking obsessed with us. You go to Asia, they want to take pictures with you like you fucking Kelly Rowland, like you fucking Beyonce. Everybody got a word for us. Everybody got something to say about us. Like, as a black girl, I never was growing up and my mom was like, oh, this is what we call Hispanics, blah, 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 blah. Like, my mom never gave me a word to use for Hispanics. Like, everybody have a word for black people, though. But we don't have names for y'all. Y'all don't live in our mind rent-free like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because why is an Asian and a white guy discussing when it's okay to say the N-word, what time of night, and which song you can listen to?
Can say it. Nah, it should be one day everybody can say it. That'll be fire. I'm gonna be spamming, yo, what's up? Feel me? I'm gonna be spamming that shit like that.
Bro,
I hope
we
they can make it.
Any black person supporting this kid just don't respect themselves. And it baffles me. Do white people not have their own words? Do they not have their own cool words? Do Asians not have their own? They have their own languages. They have to have their own words. Why do they need to obsess over saying a word that's deeply connected to the black community historically, from slavery till now?
Definitely, you and me should do a collab where we, like, no, we can't do like a. We can't do an N-word collab, bro. Ray, you're setting me up, bro.
Nah, I'm not,
You are a
bro.
spy, bro.
I am a spy, but like, we don't gotta say it out loud. Like,
But we already said it.
oh my God. I mean, damn, bro.
Let's start over.
Yeah, let's start over. Let's restart.
Yeah. We'll keep it in, but we'll restart.
Okay.
That last part is so interesting. That last part right there lets you know they don't give a fuck about black people. They don't care about offending black people. They don't care about our feelings. They don't care about our thoughts pertaining to them saying the N-word. None of that. They just don't care. And black people need to start drawing a hard line in the sand of one, calling these people out, calling them out for this type of slick shit, and two, not supporting them at all. And that would hurt somebody like Ray way more than it would hurt somebody like Theo Von, who has a majority white audience. Non-black people are obsessed with black people. They don't even know why they want to say it casually, beyond the fact that a lot of us do. It's just so weird. I've never had the urge to like stick my nose in any other culture, learn their words and the shit that they say, and want to say it's so bad that it's something I discuss with other people. Widely weird obsession. They want to pick up our mannerisms, use our slang, and straight talk like us, yet have no idea why they even want to use that specific word. It's even weird when they have an issue with us using it, but they can't. I've definitely heard that a lot. It's just a word. Everybody should be able to say it. Well, if everybody can't say it, you shouldn't say it. Shut the fuck up. We're black. Our ancestors were called that word. If we want to take ownership of it, change it into something positive, that's our prerogative, and nobody else has a vote or an opinion on it. Can't speak a lick of English, but he know how to say nigga though. Facts, and I've talked about that before on this channel. Why is Ray, who can barely speak English, so obsessed with saying this word? Imagine being black and being told you can't say a certain word. Now you understand. There are a bunch of offensive words or terms for other people, for other races, cultures, ethnicities that black people don't say because we understand they're offensive. We don't say certain slurs that offend the Jewish community, the Asian community, the Latin community. We don't say those things because we understand the significance of them. It's not that hard. Why do you want to say it's so bad? What is the reason? It's an offensive word when non-black people say it, so don't say it. I mean, I can't say Jewish slurs without being anti-Semitic, so I just don't. I can't say Asian slurs because of racism. Therefore, I don't. It's genuinely not that hard to do. It's not at all. I just don't. I don't use any slur targeted to a minority ethnicity group. If you can't refrain from doing so, just die. Golly. They are exhausting. They really don't have an identity beyond thinking about us. It's quite sad and creepy at the same time that these people don't have a culture, don't have an identity beyond wondering what Negroes are doing. They have a parasocial relationship with race. I think all of that is so well said because, again, we don't think about anybody else. We don't think about other communities, other races, ethnicities. We mind our business in the black community. Ray literally calls black people monkeys while the black streamers around him laugh. And that's the biggest problem when it comes to Ray. The black people around him that he built his career off, that he benefits off of, lets him get away with the slick racist shit he says. And it's because they don't even value the black community or their blackness. And they don't stand on business when it comes to defending the black community. That's the issue with Ray. That's the issue with Kai. That's the issue with Agent, like I discussed yesterday. And anyone else from AMP who lets an Asian kid say the N-word without being checked. I've spoken before about black obsession, but this is really one of the best short form videos that discusses the entire issue.
White people are obsessed with black people, which is why racists exist. Because in order to be racist, you need to wake up every day and just continuously think about why you don't like a person or a group of people based on the color of their skin.
Or why there's this sacred word that they can say that you can't say, and be so indignant about it that you demand the right to say a word that your ancestors used to oppress the people that you're now demanding the right to say that word from. It's so twisted.
About the young Republican group chat in which they joked about racism, anti-Semitism, gas chambers. I got several responses like this saying, you're acting like black people don't talk about white people the same way we talk about you in your group chats. Black people do not think about white people at all. And I know that's probably hard for you guys to comprehend because you think about us so much. Our lives do not revolve around what white people are doing, what white people are saying. We do not talk about you guys when you're not in the room. We don't talk about you even when you are in the room unless you do something. Half of the commentary you see from black people, including myself, that is online, comes in response to you guys doing or saying some crazy shit. And in reality, the only thing that black people want is to be left alone by white people. But you guys won't leave us alone because you think about us all the time.
That's how this becomes a one-sided obsession where black people are always the focal point of a conversation or made the center of an issue that has nothing to do with us. And another very simple reason why non-black people shouldn't be saying the N-word, shouldn't even feel entitled or want to say the N-word, is because of the history behind the word. Again, it was used to oppress black people. It is the last word that a lot of black people that were lynched, beaten to death, shot, stabbed, put on fire, heard by a mob of white people before they were killed. So how would a white person feel okay with that coming out of their mouth? And that's the same for these other non-black groups. Somebody like Ray, who's an Asian, who wants to say the N-word, when we know for a fact that the Asian community is anti-black.
Like to be honest about acknowledging anti-blackness among Asian Americans, especially when the call was coming from my own house, so here we go. I first became aware of my mom's anti-blackness when I started kindergarten, and it mostly centered around avoiding interactions with black people and not allowing me to be exposed to anything that she considered black culture. So if we were walking and she saw a black person, she would pull me closer to her. If we were in the car in a parking lot and saw a black person in the parking lot, she would make a point to lock the doors. When I went to school, if I came home and said I made a friend, her first question would be white or black. And that drove me nuts because in preschool, I dealt with a lot of bullying and discrimination because of being Asian, so it didn't make sense to me that she wanted me to turn around and do that very same thing to my black classmates whom she knew nothing about on the basis of their skin color. And when I wouldn't stay away from my black friends, she would resort to making up justifications as to why it was harmful for me. She would say they're going to hurt me and they're going to be a bad influence because they fight and they swear and they're not good students. And of course, none of that was true. Additionally, the principal was a black woman, so I had a black woman in a position of leadership as a role model. So I was surrounded by black role models who made me see that reality did not line up with what my mom was trying to teach me.
This right here is how a non-black person that deals with the black community, has an appreciation for the black community, respects the black community. And if we're just talking about the N-word, literally trying to understand our history, our feelings about it, where we're coming from, and respect us to not even want to say it. Because why would you want to offend a community that you benefit from and that you appreciate?
Black people are an obsession. The world is obsessed with us. It was never hate. It's always been envy. It's always been envy. It was never hate. We thought it was hate this whole time. They don't hate us. They envy us. They want everything we have. They want to be us. They want our demeanor, our swag, our lingo, our abilities, our intellectuality.
It's definitely given unhealthy obsession at this point. There's no reason that non-black people are sitting on a podcast talking about why they can't say a word that is offensive to the black community when a non-black person is saying it. We shouldn't be on their minds like that. We shouldn't be the center of their conversation when they're kicking off a podcast. Theo Von having to think about if he's racist or not is crazy work, but Ray feeling so comfortable to even broach the conversation with the non-black person on a podcast seen by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, and discuss the N-word and wanting to say it, and the obsession around it should have real life consequences. The black community should be calling him out and completely stop supporting him. The black streamers around him that prop him up and made his career should call him out and stop supporting him. This black obsession shit we're seeing is just crazy. But shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting. And thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.